Hello, so I'm Kelly from Heathwood Flowers, and today, if that stops wobbling, we are sowing zinnias in the greenhouse. So it's late November here in Adelaide, or Radelaide as we like to call it. Zinnias are one of those things that they really resent being planted out in cooler weather. So coming into late autumn, early summer is the perfect time to get your zinnias started. So you could use pots, as long as the soil is kept moist, you can start them off in a warm spot, or I'll show you now how we plant them. So we use what we call a 3-tray system. So we've got a base tray there, which has got some water in it already, base tray which holds water, and then we've got what I call a wicking tray, and then a 56 cell tray. Now the reason we use this is we put ours onto heat mats, and using heat mats they can dry out really quickly, or if you're in a really warm greenhouse or spot, the soil can dry out really quickly, and one thing the seeds need constant moisture to be able to germinate well. So what we do, we always make sure there's a little bit of water in the bottom of this tray when we pop it on the heat mats, and we check them every couple of days, and we always use a dome also to keep the moisture in. We do leave the little ends open, but the one at the top's closed. That's just to allow a little bit of circulation. So yeah, that's my tip on them not drying out, is to always have a little bit of moisture in the bottom. Okay, so what you want is good quality seed raising mix. Don't bother with the cheap stuff because it's cheap, and the thing is with seeds and seedlings, you want them to get a really good start, and quick start is a healthy start, if that makes sense. So all we're going to do is, I'm just going to show you the first couple of rows to give you an idea. So we just fill our tray with good quality mix. We bang it down. It's probably shaking the camera. So this mix is actually already moist. If it's really dry, I would moisten it before you put it in there. Because otherwise you'll struggle getting it moist if it's really dry when you put it in. Alright, so that'll do. Just so I can show you as an example. More. Now one of the things I do, even though that mix is reasonably moist already, I water that in. One, it helps it settle, but two, it's just got plenty of moisture to start off with. Alright, and any excess water will drain to that tray underneath, and you just want to leave that there. Just leave the water there. Unless it's really excessive, you don't want it swimming in it either. But alright, so the next step is so zinnia seeds need darkness to germinate. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pop. The rule of thumb is with any seed, they usually, the ones that require darkness that is 3 times the depth of the thickness of the seed. So it's about 3 mils, give or take, for the zinnia seeds. So this one is a beautiful salmon zinnia I'm sowing. A lot of my clients do weddings, so they like the peaches and the pinks, which are gorgeous, and the whites. So we're just going to pop the little seeds into the hole, like so. I'll just show you one row. And now what you want to do is, I'm just going to bring this in for a close-up. Now what you want to do, see the little seeds just been popped in that hole? You just want to pop the little bit of soil over the top, just so they've got good contact with the soil, and that soil's already pre-moistened. So you don't have to worry about watering it after this. This is how you leave it. Sometimes if you water overhead from this point, so there's just one row there that I've done, you end up dislodging the seeds. So this is a really good way to avoid that. So the next step is you need a nice warm place. So we put the dome on, and then we take these and we pop them on the heat mat and under lights. They don't necessarily need the lights, but as soon as they germinate, they will do. So you could actually put them on a heat mat in an area that's not getting direct light to germinate them, but then you would need to move them into where they're getting some light. So we pop them on heat mats under lights. If you're in a greenhouse like this, this would work. And just remember, just always keep, probably not at this point because it's very moist, but just check on your tray and maybe pop a little bit of water in there just to keep the moisture in there and to keep them happy chappies. So that's my tip on sowing the seeds. I will do another video when they're big enough, and potting up would be the next step. So until then, have a lovely week, have an awesome day, and we'll see you then. Ciao, ciao.